Shalom, thanks for watching Doing Life with Jenny. Today I'm telling you how I'm retiring by age 40. I'm currently 36. Sorry, I shifted around a bit trying to get rid of the glare on my glasses, but I don't think this helped. So first of all, I just kind of recently learned that retiring early is even a possibility. I've come across several YouTubers that talk about the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. And at first I thought, well, this is never going to apply to me. I am a teacher. I'm only making currently $55,000 a year. Not doable. But after I did some math and did some research, I found out it can be for almost anybody. If I had known about this long ago, I would have been long retired, but here I am still working towards it, and I'm achieving it in like less than 5 years total. So let me tell you how I am making this possible. One, as you've seen in lots of other videos, I've had lots of side hustles and I've had roommates off and on over the years. Secondly, I max out my Roth IRA every month. I just pretend that money doesn't exist. I don't see it, I don't touch it. It goes straight from the bank once payday hits to the Roth IRA, and it's like out of sight, out of mind. Otherwise, if I had that money and it were up to me to contribute that personally every month, it would be more likely to be spent, right? But nope, it's automatically taken from my bank account and deposited there every month. Most importantly, I'll only be living on $400 a month. How is that possible? Because as you know by now, I'm moving to Mexico, and not just anywhere Mexico, I'm moving to small town, middle of nowhere Mexico, where the cost of living is that cheap. Also, I will be paying cash for building my house, which we should be starting in the next month or two. So I won't have a mortgage and I won't be paying rent. Even if I did pay rent, it would only be about $50 a month where I'm going to. But still, with inflation, you just never know how much rent could end up being. It's best to just have your living arrangements taken care of so you never have to worry about that again. Once I get to Mexico and get settled in, then I will of course share the breakdown of my budget. 5, I am a very frugal person. As I've mentioned time and time again, I don't get my nails done. I maybe get my hair cut once, maybe twice a year. I don't go shopping. I don't go to the movies. I don't do any of these extras. 1, because I can't afford them on a teacher's salary. And 2, I think I've mentioned before, if I'm going to work these side hustles, it might as well be to have the end goal of not having to work side hustles anymore. So I'd rather save that money to retire early than to just have to work side hustles indefinitely to have a decent lifestyle. I think we're on number 6. As you know, I just sold my car last month. I had a 2020 Buick Encore, and I paid cash for a 1999 Jeep Cherokee. It's not that I wanted a Cherokee, I just want something A, I could pay cash for, and 2, something with decent trunk space so I can take as much possible when I make the move to Mexico, as well as fit the dogs in there comfortably. So I no longer have a car payment, and also my insurance, I think, is $22 a month. Number 7, I think, I just sold my house. It sold the first day on the market, and I knew the market was still hot, and I also kind of see that there could be a recession coming, so I went ahead and put it on the market thinking, okay, it's better to get it off my hands now while 1, it will sell quickly, 2, it might go for more than it would later on, and 3, I don't want to be to the point where I am ready to move to Mexico and it's not selling or selling for a lot less. And if you want to be nosy, I'm an open person, I don't care. I bought my house for I think $55,000 in 2015. It was a foreclosure. That's why I got it for cheap, and also I just live in a low cost of living area outside of St. Louis, and I sold it for $110. So I'm pocketing the rest of that money after, the realtor takes his cut and I owe capital gains. Otherwise, the rest of the money is going directly to help me live in Mexico without working. Okay, number 8, if I'm still on track here, I only have to save enough to last me from when I retire at around age 39 until age 60 or 62, depending on exactly when I retire. because at 60 or 62, I can collect my pension. If you're not aware, you can withdraw money from your Roth IRA without any penalties as long as you're just taking out your contributions. Now, if you start taking out money that you have earned from having it in there, that's where you might be penalized if you're taking it out before age, 59 and a half. So I can use that money basically without any issue as long as I don't touch what it has earned. I had a 403B while working at a private school. I met with my financial advisor and he suggested that I convert it to a traditional IRA. So that's where that is, and I'm no longer contributing to that because that's just what his suggestion was. Don't ask me why, this is beyond my knowledge. Since I have that pension coming, I'm not too worried about withdrawing from my traditional IRA. There will be penalties, but if I need to touch it, like, it's not a big deal. It's not like I'm depending on that money because I'll have the pension coming later on. Okay, I'm going to stop counting because I have no idea what number we're on at this point. But essentially, I'm going to be having a yard sale. I will have already had it by the time this video goes up, and I'm using the money from the yard sale as well as the items that I'm going to sell last minute before moving to furnish my house in Mexico. Will the yard sale cover the entire expense of having to refurnish my house once I get there? No, but it will cover a good chunk of it. And also, I've done my research. It will cost about $7,000 to hire an international moving company, and it will also cost about $7,000 to furnish my house there. So I'm saving myself that money essentially by not moving it, and kind of paying myself from the yard sale to help towards that cost. And again, I'll be able to take some of the essentials down in the Jeep. Not very much, but the bare essentials. Next, I do have some very sporadic income here and there. I recently monetized my Spanish YouTube channel. I wrote a novel, get royalties from that. I have written several songs, I get royalties for that. Very, very little, but every penny counts. I sell teaching resources online, and it's not that I plan on just sitting on my booty once I retire in Mexico. I will find some kind of online business I can do a few hours a week, or teach English or something. With my temporary residency, I can't just get your typical job in Mexico. I can't go to your local store and be a cashier, but I can work online for a US company, something of that nature. So I will definitely be finding something to work, maybe 10, 15 hours a week, or just keep working at pursuing YouTube and creating even more teaching resources. Now that I sold the house, I have found a studio apartment. They pay for basically all utilities, so I'll come out a little bit ahead there, and it's also closer to work. I'm not far from work as is, but it's even closer to work. It's on the same road. It'll be less than a 5-minute drive. Let's see what else. My expenses were pretty low to begin with because, again, I'm super frugal. I don't have Netflix or anything, although I am considering getting Netflix or Hulu at this point once I get back from Mexico this summer. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I just canceled my life insurance. I don't need it. I sold the house. I had lots of equity in the house anyway. I don't have a spouse. I don't have kids. So there's one less bill. I think that about covers it. If I think of something else, I'll put it in the comment section. But just know that this is almost doable for anyone on almost any budget. It is a matter of how hard you're willing to work now and make sacrifices now, and what lifestyle you're comfortable with. If you're going to retire in New York City, is this plan going to work for you on a teacher's salary? No, but if you're going to go to somewhere in Latin America or maybe Southeast Asia, yeah, super doable. I truly appreciate you watching today's video. If you would like to continue following me on my journey in moving from the US to Mexico, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when my next video is out. Take care, guys.